Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to show you how to make this 3D pop-up cube card. So I'm going to go through all the pieces that you need in order to make this type of card. For the base of your box, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 inches by 11 inches. You're going to need 2 pieces that will be your front cubes, each measuring 2 9/16 by 8 7/8. You're going to need a series of tabs, 2 of which are 3/4 inch by 5 1/4, and 2 which are 3/4 inch by 1.5 inches. For the back of your card, where you're going to place your sentiment, you are going to need a piece of cardstock that is 2 3/8 by 5 1/8. Because I chose to place a scene in the background, I need a piece of white cardstock which measures 2 3/16 by 4 3/8. I need 10 pieces of cardstock at 2 3/8 by 2 3/8, and 8 pieces of DSP at 2 3/16 by 2 3/16. Here's the selection of all of the pieces I'm going to place on the box to decorate it. Now, to go through all of the scoring, you're going to take your base piece, which is 5 1/4 inch by 11 inches, and you're going to score it at 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8, and 10 1/2. You're then going to turn it so that your small score line is up at the top, and you're going to score at 2 5/8 down past 1, 2 to the third score line. And this is going to be where you're going to cut. I'll get to that in a sec. For your 2 front cubes, which again measured 2 9/16 by 8 7/8, you're going to score these both at 1/2 inch, 3 1/8 inch, 5 3/4, and 8 3/8. And you do that for both of those front cubes. For your top tab, remember we cut 2 that were the same size, but they're going to be scored differently. So for your top tab, this is scored at 1 1/8, 2 1/4, 3 inch, and 4 1/8. That's going to be your top tab. Your middle tab, which also measured 3/4 inch by 5 1/4 inches, is being scored at 5/8 inch, 2 5/8, and 4 5/8. And then your 2 bottom tabs are each scored at 3/4 inch. At this point, you'll see that I have attached these 2 pieces to the top. I have attached the middle tab so that the score line here lines up with the score line. And when I turn this piece over, I cannot see that middle tab at all. It's just beneath where this is to close. This is now going to be where I'll place some of these plants. So these will get attached here. And I'm also going to go ahead and get this top tab prepared, which will go up here. I will center it so that this middle piece here is right in the middle, and I'll attach the sentiment and some of the embellishments on here. Now to catch you up, I've added both these tabs now. I've got the top tab attached so that the middle portion falls right in the middle of the score line. I've got the bottom tab attached, and you can see when I start to close the box how these will now move. I'm going to be taking this sentiment and placing it here. I'll put some embellishments on it as well, and I'll attach these plants just so they sit up somewhat and don't interfere with this sentiment. I'll also embellish with some pieces up here. Okay, at this point I now have the sentiment and these embellishments on, as well as these iridescent pearls, and I have the plants attached to that middle tab. On the inside here, you'll see I have tear and tape. I'm going to place these sides now together so that they line up and form the box. And just pinch those together. And so at this point now, I'm going to start attaching some DSP with the cardstock and the cubes. Now at this point, I've got the two pieces that are for the front cubes, and you'll see that I've attached the DSP cardstock pieces here and here. And then when I flip it over, I put the other piece here. I also have tear and tape on these two flaps. So same for both. The DSP and cardstock attached here, flip it over, attached here, and then tear and tape here and here. And so how this will go together is I'll take the base and I'm going to be folding it like so. I'll take the tear and tape off and I'll be attaching here and here. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So you attach the top there, and then the bottom piece will get attached here. And you pinch it so that they attach, and you have your cube attached like that. Now I'm going to take these 4 labels, and they're all going to get attached to the cubes. I'll attach one here, and then I'll attach them on the front. So you'll see it'll be attached here and here. And at that point I'll start adding all of those embellishments. Now I want to show you here that I've attached the 2 small tabs like so on the inside of the box. It may have been easier had I done that before I attached these cubes, but I forgot, so I had to attach them now. And in here is where I'm going to be attaching this label. There'll be a glue spot. I'll place a glue dot here, and then I'll be attaching this to the front. So I'll go ahead and do all those embellishments and attach things and show you. you can see it's all finished. I have all of the pieces attached. You'll see that some of these have been attached with dimensionals, like the fish is with dimensionals, 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 and other pieces are just attached directly to the paper, flat. And then inside I have the It's Your Day and the Little Fisherman. And you can see on the back then I've placed this panel where a person can write a note or message to the recipient. Hope you like it. Thank you. Bye.